Okay, peace and blessings to all that receive the drop. So, I'm doing this because a lot of people have been asking me different things about, you know, their concern and worry over the future and finances, security regarding family, themselves, and future outcomes. So, this is a drop that I wanted to share because I can just tell it one time and share it as needed, and you all can do the same. So, basically, there is something that all of the very wealthy have been doing for a few hundred years, as long as the banking systems have been active. And this is something that has been assuring, pardon everything. This is village time, so you might hear, folks moving around and talking. Um, but I'm going to make this short and sweet. So there is something that the very wealthy families have been doing for a long time, to secure their wealth and to be how they are for generations. And what's fantastic about this wonderful little thing that they never want anyone to know about, if you're not wealthy, um, is it's something that everyone can do. It's not only for one demographics of people. So, and once you get this information, go ahead and do your studying, do your due diligence, okay? And find out what the best options are in your area. Find out what bank you really support and really trust. Please do not make it Bank of America or any of these regular corporations. It should be, I would recommend something real strong, some sort of union. um, but that's just my recommendation. But once you get this drop, then do your due diligence and find out who's doing it. And I always recommend that. I think referrals through experience is the best way to go. I think someone that's actually done it and experienced it is the absolute way to go. So when I stepped into it, before I did anything, I learned from people that were actually doing it. Okay, so here we go. It's quite simple. It's not hard at all. Here we go. Now, I have this beautiful amethyst stone here because amethyst promotes anti-stress, anti-anxiety, and information that frees you financially is anti-anxiety, anti-stress in nature. So this information relieves stress and anxiety, and it gives a solution to something that people just otherwise, wouldn't really know what to do, and how to find a solution. So here we go, real easy. Now, the one word, trust. Have you ever heard the term? Oh, he's a trust fund baby. That's a trust fund baby. Ever heard that before? So what that simply means is that means that that family has put that child under the grace of a promise that not only will they receive funds at a certain amount of time based on the discretion of the person that created it, but they have a security blanket for a lifetime as long as you have the policy. So this is what it looks like. You would go and you would open up a respectable trust. Okay? And when you have a trust, you can include anything and anyone into it. Beneficiaries, okay? So you get your trust. You talk to all the people that want to be a part of it. If you have a family, you get your family together and say, hey, we're doing a family trust. We're doing what wealthy families do. We're securing the next generation and the next generation to come, and so on. Okay, this will secure, you know, as long as the system's available. Okay, so what you want to do is after you secure your trust, the way the trust works is you put assets into your trust. And when you put assets into your trust, you can then borrow against those assets. Now, a lot of people thought and think that you have to go out and wait until you have an asset like your car, your home, your estate, and things like that. But no, you do put those things in there, but you can do something automatic. You can do something right away, which is life insurance. And every person that has a family and family members should have life insurance. This is so when people pass away and begin to pass away, there's not a financial toll on the family. It's quite the opposite. You actually make money with each death in the family. This is how these people become. This is how they stay wealthy. Okay, this is how the wealthy stay wealthy. This is how they make their money completely work for them. Okay, so they have their trust. They take out their life insurance on every single person in the family. If there happens to be any sort of death, as deaths happen, then that money becomes available for the funeral arrangements, everything that goes into the funeral, the whole situation. But what's fantastic about it is usually it can be anywhere between 50,000 to 250,000 up to, millions, whatever you want in your policy for your beneficiaries. You make the terms. Now, once you create those terms and those persons pass away, those funds become available, and then you use those funds to take care of those needs. And it's also available for any descendants, and it's also available for grieving. Sometimes people pass away and folks need to take time off, or they need to make life changes. These funds are available for those life changes and then some. Okay, if someone has $1 million policy, you're going to be able to really take care of them, their descendants, and the remains, and just every single thing. And with surplus, extra stays right in the trust, and the trust begins to build more and more and more and more. Okay, so death ends up becoming a beneficiary to the trust. Okay, that's how you secure your future lifestyle and livelihood by preparing for the inevitable, right? Now, here is a fantastic upside to the whole thing. That's already an upside, but there's additional benefits to having a trust and getting your family insured and having everyone under the trust. Not only are you doing something for generational wealth and securing your family for generations to come, but you're also creating a bank. You're essentially creating a bank, and this is what the wealthy do. They don't need to go to the bank per se, okay? All they do is pull assets from their trust. So if you had, for example, any amount of family members and everybody went into the trust and went in for life insurance and everybody agreed and everybody was doing what they're supposed to be doing, because this is for generational wealth, right? This is for securing your future and longevity as a family and individual. So they're all on board. Now, what happens is once all those policies go into the trust as assets, you can then borrow against them for anything you want to. And you want to hear the craziest thing about it? Don't got to pay it back. Now, of course, you should, and it would behoove you to take care of your financial endeavors, right? But it's the kind of program where if someone passes and it spins back out, it will replenish itself. But that's another thing. It's like a business class, okay? But just know that's another angle. So when you put your assets in there, you can then borrow against those assets. If there's emergencies, if anything happens, if anything might happen, you become your own bank. Okay, you then go and you say, well, I'm going to liquefy 25% of just one person's um, policy. Okay, or uh, something huge. If someone's doing something really monumental and magnificent, They could say, I would like to borrow against 25% of the whole trust. That would be 25%. That would be the total of every person's trust worth. 25% of that. That's, probably could be millions of dollars. Okay. So you become your own bank where you can do that legally just fine. No problems at all. You become your own bank. So this is how you stop worrying about, oh my God, people in my family are getting older. What am I going to do? How are we going to take the blow of this financially? This is how you take the blow of life within a family. This is precisely what has been done. And this is the part of the rule. This is the blueprint in the rule book for the kind of longevity with wealth, the kind of wealth that extends generation after generation after generation. And it just keeps feeding into itself because more children are born and everyone has to pass on eventually, right? So it becomes this self replenishing machine, your trust. Okay. So the first thing you do, you get it and you get everyone in your family should have life insurance under the trust. Okay. And you put all these wonderful bylaws and laws and decrees all in there for the rules of the trust. And that goes with your education. Now you can go learn about the whole operations of trust and how it works and how to secure it, how to put in all these wonderful clauses so you can't be murdered for your money. All kinds of things. So you want to do all that and just look at your family as an estate and as a wealth apparatus and deal with it that way, because you're going to have to deal with the reoccurring deaths. So there needs to be life insurance policies on every single one of the people in the family from all ages. And that is the wealth in itself, all of that going into a trust. If you have multiple members in your family, this is how the wealthy stay wealthy. Okay? And don't even have to work anymore if they don't want to. This is how. So make your children trust fund babies. You're welcome. Have a nice day or night.